Me and Em have had an absolute nightmare last night with the very best and very worst culinary experience in a little while. We went to the #1 voted or rated thing to do here in Buenos Aires. It's getting in the brain slowly but surely, and what we thought we were getting ourselves into was to do a little cooking experience, cooking class, like we did the Lankan one over in Ella in Sri Lanka. So we've rocked up thinking apron on. We're going to be chefing up a little bit of asado, a little bit of steak. Small group, just getting involved in the old barbecue. What we actually ended up doing was just having a dinner party with 10 random people. So basically there was like a grill master and he just did all the cooking and we just ate the food. But yeah, we thought we were going to be doing the cooking because online it was like learn how to cook this, learn how to cook that, how to prepare the meat, what spices, what pairings and so forth. So yeah, very different experience. I'll give you a little rundown. Looking for a bit of the old scrap metal, this fella, fair enough, can happen. So anyway, you rock up to this guy's apartment, lovely little rooftop, just as the sun's setting, all like nice little lights above you. Obviously, we're in a Spanish-speaking country, so you're always going to get people who don't speak English. So one side of the table, there's like a Colombian family who didn't speak any English, so my Spanish is not improving by the day, so couldn't engage with them too much, but meet the group. We had a couple from Israel, one was from Turkey, one was from Germany, and then we had the loose end of the table. You know what I mean? Dinner party, we're just meeting people. So I decided, we're just going to be sipping on the wine. The Chardonnay came out first. This bloke rocks up next to me on his own called Robbie, legend of the scene from London, but he grew up a part of his time in the States. Had a little bit of an American twang. Takes the first gulp of wine, literally just like a double gulp, and I just thought, right, we've set the scene, we're going to be getting a little bit active. But one of the main issues was like, because you're on this guy's balcony, it's like all enclosed, and he's got this massive like asado grill barbecue going. It was one of the hottest places in the world. I was on like the best side, on like the far bit, and I was still sweating. So the people sat in front of the grill, a little bit of an interesting one. But let me give you the old rundown on the food, and then we can just discuss, was it good, was it bad, and everything in between. So it's multiple different courses and different kind of pairings along with that. So first came the blood sausage. For me, black pudding, do you know what I mean, is absolutely top drawer. I will always order that. I've been getting it in Uruguay, I've been getting it in all the places. Me and Em have been going here in Argentina, Mendoza, Bariloche. But the guy's like, oh, I saw you were allergic to nuts, even though we messaged them ahead of time, being like, and they said, yeah, nothing on the menu with nuts in, all this sort of stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, so you can't have the blood sausage, so I've done you an aubergine instead. Is that, if you're on a full English breakfast and I'm taking away, do you know what I mean, a sausage and giving you mushrooms, that is not what we want to see. So already I was like, oh God, we're in for a long day here. We thought we're cooking, no cooking. I'm getting vegetarian downgrades on the food. So anyway, Em was on that, and then it was paired with a little Chardonnay number. The wine throughout was absolutely banging. It goes without saying, Argentina, did they have the best wine in the world? I reckon I could put up a pretty strong argument for that, because yeah, it's been absolutely sensational. So we got that in the bones, and then after brought out these little empandas, which for me, you know what I mean, being from the north of England, it's like a little delicious pasty number. You squeeze a lemon in after your first bite just to elevate the flavours a little bit more, and paired with the old Chardonnay, just absolutely top drawer. There are a couple of people there, like so the couple next to us, like the German and Turkish couple, weren't drinking, so more wine for me, the King and Robbie. So yeah, for me, if you get paired with someone like that, that is top drawer. Next up, we had a little choripan, which is like an Argentinian sausage roll, or sausage balm actually, I should say, not sausage roll. Outrageous. The King's been getting in my head about what to call a sausage balm cake. Is it balm cake or is it roll? But yeah, it's usually a delicious little bit of bread, homemade bread on the barbecue, and then yeah, mix that in with a little, I'm not going to say, well, it is a sausage because that's what they say, but it's more like chorizo. So Not usually a fan favourite from myself, but again, the guy was like, oh, sorry, you can't eat this because it might have a few nuts in it. So at this point, I'm thinking, I'm going to be out of it. This is terrible. But he did resurrect on all the other meat courses because I didn't really like the substitute what he gave me. But he was a nice guy to say. He came over after all the next 3 courses being like, oh, I saw you didn't eat this, so you can have extra of the meat. So yeah, I was absolutely stuffed by the end. Next up was the pork belly. This is where we start to elevate. This is where the night starts to get good. There probably is a correlation with the amount of wine in the system and how good the food is, how much of a good time we're having, trying to keep pace with the boy Robbie. And then yeah, smash that down, and then we moved on to, I'm going to put this down as the best steak we've had in the entirety of being in Argentina thus far. We've had some bloody good ones, obviously El Fuego, in Bariloche was top draw, but yeah, for me, this was absolutely sensational. Try and get across this road without getting run over. That'll be a good start. But yeah, so succulent in the middle. I thought the cooking was perfect. Em thought it was a little bit undercooked. But yeah, lovely charring on the outside. Just ridiculous flavors in there. And then super soft, literally like falling away as you were kind of picking it up. But yeah, I thought it was top draw. A few people did send it back to get it cooked a little bit more. Not for me, absolutely top draw. And then he brought out, but when the steak courses came out, there was loads like Malbec flying around. Me and Em, we just stuck to the old white wine. I don't mind, like I do like red, I do like the taste, but when you're having quite a lot of drinks, I don't want to be smashing down loads of red wine. I think that's when I get an absolutely stinking headache. And I think as well, when it was so hot, I just feel as if a nice crisp Chardonnay, nice crisp Sauvignon Blanc, just to cool you down, nice and refreshing, is where, yeah, I'll always go. And then we finished off with a little bit of the old fillet steak. Again, rinse, repeat, cooked to perfection, succulent, juicy, nice charring on the outside. There was that barbecue-y taste to it. And then if you did want any sauces, they had, yeah, they had chimichurri and then like this little fresh kind of salad as well. But yeah, that was the food. And there was the girl who sat next to me didn't eat meat, so I thought, and didn't drink, and I was like, this is terrible waste of money for you, old girl, because yeah, obviously it's like a barbecue with all meat options. And yeah, so she. Well, it was good for us. More meat for the team, and more vino blanco for myself and Em. So yeah, absolute pleasure being sat next to her. And we finished off with a little, is it Fernet or Fernet? I think it's Fernet, but I always think like, that's how I would say it. And I'm pretty sure a few other people said that, but then I feel as if you've got to give it that little Spanish, that little Italian flair, Italian twang with the old Fernet. And Coke. The guy was like, oh, it's like Jägermeister. I've never had a Jägermeister and Coke. You know what I mean? You've got to have a little Jaeger bomb, get the old Red Bull, get the old sugars in the bones. I thought it was pretty nice. I quite liked it. It's quite bitter, but when you mix it with the Coke, I think it balances it out. Because obviously if you have a glass of Coke normally, it's super sweet. And then he was like, oh, did you like it? And everyone hated it. Obviously I've been like, yeah, it's quite decent. He's like, oh, okay, then do a double shot of it. So me and obviously Robbie, the man, the myth, the legend, just smash a double shot of this. And I was like, oh, right. I went, oh yeah, it's actually quite nice. It's not very strong. Like if you do a shot of vodka, a shot of tequila, it's absolutely blowing the socks off you. Like you can really, obviously on the back of your throat. And I was like, oh, it mustn't be like, it's not very strong in alcohol. Like what's the percentage? And the guy's like 39. So we're getting absolutely les live on, are we? Pleasure. So yeah, overall, it was good. It wasn't what we thought we're doing. Like, it's nice meeting new people, but it's quite intense doing it in a, oh, let's say, it's quite intense doing it in like a dinner party on someone's roof, especially like, yeah, we just had one guy who's never met anyone there, but I guess that's it, get in the thick of it, meet new people, do different things. So yeah, I would give it I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. The main courses were banging. The setting was super nice with like the lights and stuff after it went dark. But it was one of the hottest places in the entire world, and we expected to be doing some cooking. What do we always say? The chef is always cooking. He's not bloody cooking over there. But yeah, any questions in the old comments? If you want me to put you in touch with a guy, let me know. The sun is out today. It's another 35 degrees. One of the final few days in paradise, baby. See you tomorrow.